best option. So yeah, that's about all I got.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, that's definitely reassuring. I'm kind of in the in-between stage right now, and I've just been having some second thoughts because I really do enjoy this job that I had, and I really enjoyed a lot of the people that I worked with, and I met a lot of cool people through it. And I guess I'm kind of having a sort of buyer's remorse about my new job because I know it's the right thing to do. I mean, I know deep down that, you know, ever since I decided, look, I'm going to do this, I know that that's what I'm going to do. But at the same time, I keep kind of going, I'm kind of a punching bag like that. Like you were saying about the lawsuits and stuff, you know, a lot of my friends were telling me, oh, that you could sue people over that. And I was like, to me, I'm kind of trying to fight the angry, lawsuit, happy atheist stereotype because we don't have a lot of people out here that are open because we're in the deep South.
Sure.
And actually, how it all started was I had gone to this convention. There's this guy, Hemant Mehta. He has a blog, Friendly Atheist.
Sure.
That,
yeah, I know Hemant.
He had visited for a book signing. I got to meet him, and I was so excited. And I had gone to work, and I wasn't even going to say anything about it. But this lady had asked me what I had done this weekend, and I kind of tried to dance around the atheist thing, and I eventually ended up bringing it up. I was like, oh, he's just this, you know, he's this atheist guy that does this. She's like, what's that? And she stuck on that word, and then that was the end of it, and she never ever got over it.
Yeah, and I don't dance around it because having asked people at work, hey, what'd you do this weekend? They never seem the slightest bit wary about saying, oh, you know, I went to church and blah, blah, blah. Okay. And I should be able to respond similarly. You know, okay, I did the TV show or I went to this lecture, and then let's just kind of move on from there. Because when they say, oh, I went to church, I don't ever go, you went to church? Why would you do that? I mean, and yet the reaction that I get is completely different. It's kind of like, oh, you know, let me back off a little bit. I think by and large you did the right thing. I think there's another option too, is that if you really liked the place where you worked and you liked a lot of people there, it'd be worth finding out how many other people there that you liked felt similarly and were disappointed that you're no longer working there, because getting a few people, perhaps since your boss wasn't going to support you, getting a few other people of your coworkers to support you and say, look, you know, he just wants to work here. Why do we have to try and preach at Timothy every time he shows up? Why can't, you know, we just let him work here and leave the religion stuff out of this? Because we'd rather not see him leave, and you guys are going to drive him away. It would be nice to get some support like that. It's not always easy. And I've said before, for people who've asked, you know, should I come out or how should I come out? Should I tell anybody? If you think that, you know, your life is going to be worse off afterwards, then you don't have to say, you don't ever have to say anything, but I wouldn't recommend it. There are plenty of out atheists. Well, there's not. Yeah. There's not plenty, but there's enough to make up for the people who can't.
We get judged enough by Christians all the time, you know. Isn't that enough? Do we need to be, like, judging one another's behavior in situations like this, too? I mean, come on, let's relax. Do the thing that makes sense to you. You know, you can ask for advice, that's fine, but ultimately you know what your situation was and what you needed to do, and if it worked out for you, great.
All right, so thanks a lot, Timothy. I hope your new job works out better for you.
That's cool. And Chloe, just real quick, I wanted to say I really do like that y'all deal with a lot of the apologetics that people have, because I've been a lot more confident in saying, okay, that's what I believe, because I know I'm like, yeah, you know what, that makes sense when he says that.
Yeah.
So I'll be watching.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, bye.
Appreciate it. All right, as a reminder, after the show's over, we're doing dinner. Wow, this new hour format just goes by so fast. We're halfway done.
Do we have a Christian on the line at all?
Yeah.
Can we go to that one?
Yep.
Yay.
So after the show's over, we're going to go to El Arroyo for dinner. It's at 1624 West 5th Street near Mopac. There's the information. And we're on the air till 5:30, and we'll be over there around 6 o'clock or so. Any atheist or atheist-friendly person is welcome to join us. We've got Mark in Austin. How are you?
Hi, Matt. I'm glad I got to talk to you this time. I tried to get you last show, but you weren't on.
Can we get that? It's like overly loud right here, so I don't know if
can you hear me?
I can hear you. I had difficulty understanding. You said, "Hey, they're going to turn this down, and we'll try it one more time." Go ahead and talk, Mark.
Can you hear me this time? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay. I am from a church, and
hello.
Hello.
Now we lost him.
Yeah,
okay, we lost him.
You know, that's curious, because I haven't been able to catch up on the last two shows.
Uh-huh.
But evidently, last week there was some kind of disconnect, and there were people who thought that, you know, we hung up on them. There were other people who thought they hung up on us. I don't know what the disconnect was. I haven't seen the last two shows, but people are like, oh, you know, this Mark guy from I don't know, Stone Church or whatever is likely to call back in, and I've been looking forward to actually talking to him. Mark, if we can't get the phones to work and you can't get back in, let me know. I'm happy to come visit your church. I'm happy to sit down with you. Otherwise, we can, you know, certainly work something out. And I apologize, although I don't seem to be having problems with other calls, so I'm not quite sure. Let me take another Austin call. And by the way, the guy screening the calls, when you're talking to him, find out if they're on a cell phone or a landline, because I want to get some data as to which ones cause the most problems. So we got Jerry in Austin. How are you?
Jerry,
I'm good. How about you?
Yeah, you're going to turn down your TV. Yeah, you're going to turn down your.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Because I get the echo there.
All right. Sorry about that.
Sure. How you doing?
Good. How about you guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I was just wondering, like, what are you guys' opinion on, like, religious people who try to, like, bring their religion onto you, I guess?
We're against that.
Yeah. Like, do you just think that they're pretty stupid, or?
I think most of them are probably well-meaning.
Like Christians.
Sure. I think most of them. The majority of my family's Christian. I think most of them are well-meaning and hopelessly misguided. But I don't mind so much people trying to do what they feel is right for somebody else, as long as they know when to stop. For example, when you say, "Hey, I don't want to have this discussion," and my primary objections are when they continually work to legislate their religious opinions onto others, when they attempt to deny people rights or change the way the world works,
or channel government funds to support their views.
Yeah, or saying that you're living your life wrong.
No, that one really gets me.
Yeah.
I don't much care for that.
I think
I'm just asking because I had my ex-girlfriend's dad would always talk to me about it, and he would just say, like, he knows the word and all this stuff. And
Sure. Does he know anything other than the word?
No.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I just don't understand personally. I don't understand why folks want to throw up these artificial barriers between themselves and other people, so that, you know, if you're not in our group, if you don't believe in our magic holy book, then you can't be friends. You know, I don't understand why people want to do that on purpose.
Yeah, it's hard enough to keep and maintain close relationships with people whose core values are significantly different from yours. It's even harder when they absolutely refuse to avoid the discussion about it, or I guess that's not the right way to phrase it. It's harder when they are constantly trying to push those views upon you. I don't mind so much if somebody says, well, you're not living your life the way God wants you to. Okay, why? You know, I have no reason to think that your God exists or care about how he wants me to live my life. Isn't it my life? You know, make a demonstration that this God actually exists, and then maybe we can work on whether or not I care how he thinks I should live my life. So it doesn't, it annoys me, don't get me wrong, it certainly annoys me that somebody, well-meaning people will tell each other, give each other advice about how they should live their lives, or give their opinion about what they think someone else should do or shouldn't do. That's fine. It's great when it's asked for and desired. And when somebody doesn't want your opinion, maybe you shouldn't give it. But if you've given your opinion, and somebody disagrees with you and asks you for some sort of rational, evidence-based reason why they should agree with you, and you can't come up with it, now you've crossed the line over into proffering delusions.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, if people are going to criticize me or give me advice, they should at least have some justification for the criticism or the advice they're giving me, right? Otherwise, they're just, you know, saying negative things to me and wasting my time without being able to give me any reason why I should have heard from them in the first place.
Yep. And on that note, Jerry, we're going to let you go. I think Mark's actually back.
All right.
He's fixed his phone problem.
Thanks for your call.
Thanks for calling.
All right, thank you.
Cheers. Hey, Mark, you there?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
I can.
We could before. We just
okay. I'm sorry. And last time I called the show, that was a mistake on my part too.
No worries. We're just glad to get it sorted. So what's up?
Well, I actually go to church here in Austin, and there's been a bit of a discussion about your show lately at my church, and there's actually been a lot of concern because I don't know which church you guys went to, but we're pretty much by the book, and.
Sure. I was primarily Southern Baptist. I went to a handful of Pentecostal churches from time to time, but almost exclusively Southern Baptist.
Okay. And what did your church say about blasphemy?
I went to a number of different churches. I don't necessarily know that. I don't know that blasphemy was specifically discussed in a way that I remember. I understand that it's a sin, and that apostasy being the potentially unforgivable sin and things like that. So yeah, I mean, blasphemy was wrong.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
if when you were at church, if there was a show like your show, what would you have thought about it? Do you think?
I've thought about that a lot, and I'm really not sure, because I can no longer view this show through the lens that I would have once viewed it through. I can do a pretty decent job of thinking about how I might have looked at it. I probably would have been concerned about the effect that it might be having on people. I mean, my parents think that I'm working for Satan, leading people to hell. So, I can kind of use their assessment as a barometer. And I would have been concerned for the souls of the individuals on the show, for fear that they would be lost to hell as well.
Well, that's just a perfect answer. My church believes heaven and hell are real places.
Mm-hmm.
uh-huh.
And guess which one you're going to if you keep this up.
Oh, dude.
Just
See, here we
just
go. Why do you want to be our enemy? I mean, why do you, on purpose, choose to think bad things about us? What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. The Bible is really clear.
Never mind the freaking
about
Bible. Do you want to be a person who can get along well with others or not? Or do you want to, partition yourself off into some little subgroup where if people aren't in that group with you, then they're bad? What's wrong with you? Why is this appealing? You wanna believe that me and Matt, who are not hurting anybody but just stating our opinion on TV, that we deserve to be tortured forever? That's what you want? Cut it out. Just relax.
We're a New Testament church, and the book is pretty clear about.
Well, there's your mistake.
Why? Okay, I understand your position. I understand that you believe this, and you believe it because the Bible says so. Why should anybody else believe it? I
guess that's the reason I called, really, is to defend the faith. And the Bible says you should defend the faith. And,
I understand that, 1 Peter 3:15, I got you. We're on the same page there. I understand what the book says. What I asked was why anybody else should believe it. Because the reason that I'm no longer a Christian is because I finally came to the understanding that my beliefs were without rational justification and without evidentiary support. So now, and I'll go a step further, that even if the Bible were true, even if it were, and I don't for a second think it is, and nobody has yet been able to come close to demonstrating that it's true, that still does not put one in a position where they are worshiping out of anything but fear of a monster that is grotesque and wants to punish people for its own problems. Now, setting aside all that, why should anybody believe what you believe?
There are a million different reasons
Give
to
us your
believe
best one.
not just that
just
God
give
is
us-
real, but that
just give us your
Christianity is
best
the
one.
only way to God.
Just give us your best reason.
What's the best reason?
Well, it's sort of what exactly am I trying to demonstrate here? Just that.
Why are you a Christian? What is the main reason why you are a Christian?
Well, there's a lot of evidence that the Bible was divinely inspired.
Such as?
So, yeah.
There is prophecy.
No, such as. So what is where is give